Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the How to Build series where we're going through every single champion in the game, and I'm putting together a quick guide for newer players who need a little guidance, want to know if they should use someone, how they should use someone, how to build them, things of that nature. I'm not doing masteries and late game builds because that gets a little convoluted and specific based on how you want to use a particular champ. So again, this is just for the newer players who need a little bit of guidance. So let's get into it with Magmablood. He is a rare attacker in the Ogren tribe. His base HP is decent enough for an attacker, actually. His base attack is nice. He's pushing 1400. That's pretty nice. And his base speed is lowish, but I don't think it'll be the end of the world. And then he's got 15 in his base accuracy, which again you don't see a ton. So let's see what let's see why he's got that accuracy. First skill, attacks one enemy, has a 15% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Okay, so this is cool. This will be nice anywhere where there's waves. You can't stun bosses, but in campaign, you know, it's a 15% chance. It's kind of a low chance, but it's a stun nevertheless. So when he lands it, it takes someone out for a turn. So it's a nice little bonus to have rather than just having a plain first attack. So while there could be more useful things here, this is fine. It's not something you're gonna count on necessarily, but it's there and it'll be a nice little bonus when it lands. So, second skill, attacks all enemies, has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decrease accuracy debuff for 2 turns. Okay, so decrease accuracy is nice. Again, it can be nice in the campaign. Anytime you have an AoE in the campaign, it's nice because it helps you wave clear. It helps your other damage dealers pick people off. And the decrease accuracy can actually be pretty helpful because some of the waves, particularly in like stage 12, there's a lot of debuffs they land there. There's a lot of bombs, there's defense breaks, there's a lot of really aggravating stuff to try to push through. So the decrease accuracy can be helpful in campaign. It can also be helpful in some dungeons. Dragon loves to stack debuffs on you. You know, I don't know that I would use him in Spider with 1 AoE, but you know, they have debuffs they like to land as well. But in dragons, he would be pretty useful. It'll help you wave clear. I'll put the decrease accuracy on the dragon, which might reduce the amount of poisons and stuff getting landed on you. So, not a bad skill. Again, decrease accuracy is generally not the meta, but it's a nice thing to have. So he's got 2 debuffs here that are like nice when they land, but you're not generally planning around them. You know what I mean? You're not counting on them usually. So, you know, still cool though. Third skill, attacks 2 times at random. Each hit has a 60% chance of placing a bomb debuff for 3 turns. Okay, so he's a bomber. I was unaware he was a bomber. I guess that would explain the accuracy in his substats. So the fun thing about bombs is they do pure damage. There is no crit rate involved. There is no crit damage involved. It's based on the attack of the champion landing the bomb, and once it's landed, it's not mitigated. Defense doesn't do anything about it. It's pure damage to the health points. So bombs can be very useful. They're just very specific. But on champs like Tyrell and Rain Beast and champs that are generally getting built really defense heavy with not a ton of focus on HP, placing bombs on these types of champions melts them because again, it's not mitigated by their defense. It's not like an attack. It's a debuff placed on them, and then they either have to cleanse it or it's going to do the damage it's going to do. Now, what is a little bit of a bummer on this one is it's a 3-turn cooldown. That's a long time for a debuff to sit on somebody. You know, you may be done with the wave by the time this bomb goes off. On dungeon bosses, it'll be nice. It'll be a nice little thing to place on them and just kind of wait till it goes off. But yeah, bombs are fun. You generally want to run bombers with other bombers and other champs that synergize with bombers that, like, when they do a certain thing, it'll reduce the timer on the bomb and make it go off sooner. Things of that nature. So bombers have kind of specific uses, but for those uses, they're insane. They're insanely useful. So, and then what's this? Accuracy and dungeons. Okay, so yeah, you could run him in dungeons again. You could run him in dungeons and campaign. The AoE is going to be nice to help you wave clear. These random debuffs that he's got are going to be nice, and the bombs are going to be helpful as well. But like on the boss stages in the campaign, if your campaign fights are going on that long where the bomb has time to go off, it'll be nice. Bombs are also a lot of fun on arena offense, but again, you got to kind of build a team around them. And then in dungeons, you know, maybe the bombs will have time to go off in the dungeon. And the nice thing about that is in the dungeon where there's only one boss, there's potential to land 2 bombs. So that's a lot of pure damage when those bombs go off. So pretty cool little champ. I think you're going to build him like standard attacker with some accuracy. So we're looking at attack set, we're looking at speed sets, we're looking at accuracy sets. And we're wanting to go attack percentage on the gloves, attack percentage on the armor, and speed on the boots. And then we're looking for accuracy in the subs. We want really high accuracy on this guy because everything he does lands a debuff. And really his whole purpose for being here is the bomb. So we want him landing the bomb. So as much accuracy as you can get on him, do it. But attack percentage, armor, and gloves, speed on the boots for sure. And then attack set, accuracy set, speed set are the sets. Attack set, accuracy set, speed set. Those are the sets that you want to be focusing on for this guy. So, I guess that's going to wrap it up for Magmablood. He's kind of a cool little champ. I've seen him several times. Had no idea he was a bomber. So, I may have to go in and play around with him with some of the other bombers I've pulled. But that's going to do it. If you have any questions, drop them below. If you have any tips or info on Magmablood, you're using him, you love him, you hate him, drop it below in the comments. Other than that, I hope it was helpful. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.